Hello everyone, welcome to Gosport Railworks. My name's James and today we're doing another monthly showcase video for new products. We've got 3 new things today. So we've got a multiple unit, some coaters and also a little diesel over here. But we'll go through them one by one. So we'll start with the multiple unit, which is the Southern Railway 2 bill or class 401. You know how these all go put together. It's basically, you take out the supports here and you stick in a Tomitech chassis. This is the TM25. You remove the ends just so they can fit in a bit better, and that's pretty much it really. And yeah, then you paint it, glaze it, add all details, and then you also finish off the trailer unit, which is well, I won't say nearly the same. Basically, you paint it and all that lot. You also paint the underframe, which is you just glue it in here, and then you add some bogies, and it's pretty much done. And also add buffers because I haven't added them. So yeah, that is the multiple unit, which I'll put over here for now. We've got some SECR, what were they? Continental coaches, the matchboard sided ones there. This was actually quite a interesting build. Very nice. Very happy with how it's turned out. Matchboarding has come out quite nice, and you can definitely tell it's there by using a nail and just going like that over the surface. And yeah, very happy with them. Again, these are very easy to build. You paint them, detail them, add buffers, also paint the underframe, glue the underframe in, and then add some bogies. That's pretty much it really. Very easy to put together. And also you do need, actually it might be a bit difficult to pick out the door handles because they're sunken in, but there is some handrails which may need picking out with a silver or appropriate colour. See, I think they're brass, so maybe a gold colour is probably a bit more appropriate for them. I'll just pop them over here as well. Now for the final one, which, right, also just bring in that pile of debris. This is the British Railways Class 07 shunting locomotive. These were used in Southampton Docks and also Eastleigh Works. And yeah, it's pretty much a little shunter. This is the prototype, so it is a little bit bashed up because I dropped it. That's why it's missing a buffer, because I did figure out to test out putting some buffers on things just so that you don't have to in the future. I know that a lot of my coaches and multiple units don't have them at the moment, but I may retrofit them at a later date. So yeah, just to test them out. And yeah, I dropped it, and you can guess where it fell. It uses the Faris 04 or 03 class chassis, and it's very easy to modify. It's basically just take off the body, first things first. Remove where the screws used to be, just remove bits there. Remove the, I don't know what's called, the little crank thing over here. Just remove that completely, and also the extended coupling rod, and that's it. And you're going to stick the body on like that, and it's all done. It's very little work for it. Like I said, the amount of material you need to remove is this pile. That's it. You may salvage some materials from the donor body, but to be honest, I may take some bits off this, but that's one off a build. But yeah, that's pretty much it really. Comes in 2 varieties. This is the prototype version of the multiple unit coupling version, which has the extra little bits and pieces here and there, but it won't be the one which I'll be having because I'll be using the original version. But yeah, that can live there for the moment. And yeah, very easy to build, and yeah, that's pretty much it really. Do want to mention, do be a bit careful with anything which any cutting tool, because I did kind of slice into a little wheel here. Only very slightly. It still works perfectly fine, but yeah, just be a bit careful. And that is it really for the build. Most of it is paint it, glaze it, put some wheels on it, and off it goes. And just 2 of them you need to put a chassis in. So that's pretty much it really. So yeah, I'm going to get them onto the turntable and tell you a bit more about the prototypes. and then I'm going to get them onto the layout and show you, one of them running at least. So I'll see you in a bit. The Southern Railway gave the designation to BIL to the DC Third Rail electric multiple units built during the 1930s to work the long-distance semi-fast services on the newly electrified lines from London to Eastbourne, Portsmouth and Reading. This type of unit survived long enough in British rail ownership to be allocated a TOPS number, known as the Class 401. The 2 BIL units, or 2-car bi-lavatory stock, were so called because each set had 2 lavatories, one in each car. They were built in 4 batches, each for service on the newly electrified lines. The different batches were broadly similar, though in the first one, the driving motor brake car had a smaller brake compartment and 7 full compartments, rather than the 6.5 in the later batches. Several of the cars were destroyed in World War II at various points of the system. Some unit numbers were withdrawn, while others received a single replacement car from a small batch of post-war all-steel 2 HAL units which were built as replacements. The first 10 2 BIL units had the earlier form of multiple unit control. They were compatible with the 4 LAV units of the same era, but not with the remainder of the 2 BIL sets. They normally operated from Brighton, where the 4 LAV units were also based on local services. After withdrawal in 1971, various 2 BIL units in company with 2 HAL units were noted at Stratford in East London, destined for scrapping, or being hauled west for scrapping in the Newport area. Only one 2 BIL unit has survived into preservation, namely number 2090, which is in the care of the National Railway Museum in York. This unit is also the only pre-war mainline EMU in existence, which is still in its original formation. The British Rail Class 07 is a 060 diesel-electric shunting locomotive with an off-centre cab, built by Ruston and Hornsby in 1962 for the southern region of British Railways. The 14 members of the class were primarily used at Southampton Docks and later also used at Eastleigh Works. The 07 class was originally designed to replace steam power on the Southampton Docks network, which at its peak consisted of some 80 miles of track and immediately prior to the introduction of diesel power was operated by 6X Brighton Class E2s and 14X Southern Railway USA class tank locomotives. The class was notorious for having the axle boxes run hot when travelling at high speed. This was initially encountered during the delivery of the first locomotive, and subsequent deliveries were made by road, and also affected the possibility of the class working away from either Southampton Docks or Eastleigh Works. For operation at Southampton Docks, the class was based in the former steam shed in the old docks near the River Itchen. Work being carried out there was by a fitter sent from Eastleigh. The members of the class that had TOPS numbering applied were also equipped with high-level air brake pipes, allowing them to move Southern Region electric multiple units, and 3 locomotives were used at Bournemouth EMU depot for a period. This was not their principal work, they were often employed around their home depot on general shunting duties. The locomotives were short-lived, and this class had been withdrawn by British Rail by the end of 1977. Several were bought for industrial use and subsequently passed into preservation, with a total of 7 out of the original 14 still surviving currently. Originally planned in 1913, but delayed by World War I, these large coaches were eventually approved in 1919 and introduced in 1921. The SECR Continental coaches had a distinctive matchboard, lower side panels, and ends which gave them the nickname of matchboard coaches, though the name of Continental stock rose up due to the typically used on services to and from the continent. These carriages were externally and internally of a completely new style for the SECR. They were equipped with Buckeye couplings and had Pullman gangways, except for at the brake ends, which were blind. Inward opening doors with prominent brass grab handrails on both sides of the opening were provided. These doors were later altered to open outwards, which led to removal of the left-hand brass commode handles and the cranking of the right-hand ones to give room for passengers' hands around the door handles. Single, normally hung doors gave access to the brake and luggage compartments, but these were later altered to be double doors. Many or similar carriages were built by the SECR and the Southern, but with the later contractor built examples being some 6 inches wider. The original marshalling order of these trains was with one of the 2 Pullman cars between first and second class portions, with the second class portion always towards the seaward end of the train, to reduce the amount of walking for the gentry when arriving at London Victoria. After World War II, these coaches were used in other trains, so an odd one amongst other southern coaches would not look out of place. Finally were drawn at the end of the 1950s, when the lines to the coast were electrified, though some examples have been preserved. Right, here we have all the models on the layout, and as you can see I've got my Class A7 ready to shunt some of my, some of the new coaches, the Continental ones. So, yeah, you've pretty much seen a multiple unit go around before, so I figured I'd do a little bit something more different. So, we'll be using battery for this because it's only DC at the moment. But, yeah, that's it, running in Atom. So, wrong way round. And, yeah, off it goes. Yeah, very happy with how that one turned out. Probably one of my easiest locomotives I put together. And, yeah. Didn't actually take too long to put together either. And here it comes. Ooh, found a dead spot. There we go. Right, there we go. Works as intended. But, yeah, let's just mention the bogies which I use for my coaches. They're typically the Engage Society bogies. I tend to use the Southern ones normally because I can't work out which ones I actually need. You could also use the BR Lines Mark 1s, which also fit perfectly well as well. That's the old Mark 1 bogies. But yeah, anything which is like that, that'll work pretty much the same, really. And yeah, very happy with how it turned out. I'll be painting these in BR green, that in BR green, and this is also in BR green. Everything will be in BR green because, well, I'm doing 1960s, so everything's pretty much going in BR green. I have also made a trailer version of the 2 BIL, so I can run as a 4 set. But yeah, that's pretty much it, really. The multi-unit will be £35 if I remember right. The coaches on their own, £20 each. And I think the Class 7, which I put as £12, are all listed on my website and my catalogue. So have a look there if I've ever got the prices wrong. So yeah, always have a good look on there. But that's pretty much it, really. So I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll send the Class 7 off on its way again. So hope you all enjoyed the video. Do let me know down below what you think. If you do like the video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. And if you didn't like the video, well, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. But that's going to be it for me. So yeah, I'm going to get the battery back on. Make sure it's right around. There we go. And yeah, see you all again next time. Take care now. Let's wait till it's that shot. Come on, focus. There we go. Take care now.